Hi guys, Dennis here from Denny Bob's RC. Hey, I'm going to go through a little project that I've kind of been wanting to do, but I was debating on how to do it. And you can tell by the video title, I'm working on my RC four-wheel drive lowboy trailer. It's just raw aluminum, and it just looked kind of boring to me. So I was going to try something just a little bit different. I didn't want to tear it completely apart and paint it. That's a lot of nuts, bolts, and screws and everything, or take it and get it powder coated. But yet I wanted to color it and actually have some of the aluminum outlinings and whatnot with it. I like the way it looks. Maybe it's not your thing, but I don't know. I might not be completely done with it yet. I might do some more things to it, but I'm going to go through a couple of other things that I've done with this RC four-wheel drive lowboy trailer. Here we go. Well, folks, here it is. What I did, and I'll kind of take some videos along the way here and kind of show you. What I did was I looked for some vinyl wrap. It comes in rolls, and this is black. The truck I haul this trailer with is red, and now I kind of think I wish I would have went red, but this will go with anything. You know, black and red go together just fine. But what I did was laid it on here, and then I took my little X-Acto knife and just a real super sharp X-Acto knife. Laid the pieces over top of like here and cut the shape around, pressed it in. Then I took my good old little heat gun and kind of heated it up and smoothed it out. You know, worked the air bubbles out and whatnot. I wrapped my cross members that I built. The original trailer has like a flat deck right here. Well, I'd taken it out years ago because I didn't like the looks of it. So I built my own cross members, put cross members apart, and these are like standoffs. I'm not exactly sure the length, but they got like a hex on each end. They fit perfectly in here. That way it rebraced this rear, because once you took that sheet out, it kind of made it a little bit not so rigid, or whatever you want to say. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I took the cover off, wrapped that. I got some treads from RCP to do, because these are smooth. So when you're trying to find a tracked machine or anything on there, they had no grip. But now they do. That was kind of an... And then I took and put a black underlayment, that black vinyl, in between each of the treads to kind of give it a... make it pop a little bit. But I don't know. You have to let me know what you think. I think it turned out pretty good. I made it so it still got the lights. You can see them. And it kind of made it a trace and an outline of everything. Kind of get it kind of a different look. This trailer, I also took the white wheels off. Got some hydraulic hobbies. Aluminums, polished them. Went to JHR and got some... The originals are 83-inch tires. I went with 78s to make it... It's not a low pro, kind of halfway in between. To kind of give it a more of a real look, like a low boy. I think the 72s, to me, almost make it too short, and then brings the deck height way down low. Chances of hanging up, especially if you do any little off-roading with the trailers, which I don't do a whole lot. I usually try to do hard surface with the low boy. But yeah, the tracing and everything, you know, makes the aluminum kind of stand out, but yet blacks it out, gives it a little detail with the decals. And the aluminum wheels match the truck, so that made it really good. Nice thing about these tires, the JHR tires, are solid rubber. They are still flexible, but they're solid rubber, less likely to roll and roll off. I've even had it when with a heavy load on this trailer, even with the factory beadlock wheels, the white ones that come on the trailers, I've had them peel off the front and rear duals. I've had them peel them off. That's when you're turning really sharp, and you should never turn a lowboy that sharp, but sometimes you have to, and it just kind of rolled off. But yeah, I put some flashing lights, so when the lights are on, these two are flashing. I think I bought some of these oversized load signs off of, I think they come off AliExpress, I think, maybe, or Woolbox. I can't remember exactly, but I got a bunch of them, and I just added that to the trailer. This trailer actually has a JMI power gooseneck that I have to have 2 ESCs to run in the truck to bring down the foot that sits on the back of the truck to lift and lower and then the ones that actually tilt this to disconnect it. I'm going to pause the video. We're going to go underneath the trailer and kind of show you another neat thing that I did. Never mind the rat nest of wires underneath here, but there's a lot of wires when you got to run all the clearance lights and everything. I took the original leaf springs out, and RCP is now producing, as well as the treads for the front of the trailer, he's producing solid walking beams to get rid of the springs. The springs are kind of weak, especially when you get a heavy load on these trailers. It still has the walking capability, but the spring is solid now, kind of like running the solid walking beams for the semi trucks. That way you don't have the spring, it's all rigid. But then I went through and Loctited everything. That's one of the things with these trailers. When they come from the factory, I don't think they put any Loctite on any of the screws, and eventually everything kind of works their way loose. So years ago, when I first got it, I went through and Loctited a bunch of the bolts and screws in. So, but yeah, I'll flip the trailer back up and over. But yeah, that didn't take too long. RCP actually has a video of these. The holes are slotted in the ends of these walking beams, and you take the upper bolt out, and or is it the lower bolt? Because there's a lower bolt and upper bolt bushing here that spring, the original spring, kind of floated in. And these all have slotted holes on the end, that way they can kind of move and flex, still like the original. It does make it a lot more rigid. It does not float nearly as good, maybe, but yeah, makes it a lot more solid, especially when you're putting like a 70-pound dozer on it or something. The springs aren't sagging and bottoming out. But now we'll flip her back over. Another one of the things I did do is I have a 6-pin. I do a simple on-off switch for my lights, for my trailers and my trucks. I don't do turn signals and whatnot like that. But the 6-pin here has for the ESCs to power this set of cylinders and the other cylinder that's up underneath that does the foot for the fifth wheel, or gooseneck for fifth wheel. And then when I want to detach the trailer, the lights, this just pulls off. And then when I go to hook the trailer back up, boom, it hooks back up. It's all magnetic. Same way with this. This is a magnetic 6-pin plug. This is a magnetic 2-pin plug, because all I need is 2 pins just to run the lights on and off. But yeah, I know there's guys that have paid these all solid. They made 3D printing parts and whatnot. I didn't want to close up my trailer like that. I'm happy with the way it is. There's other ways of doing it. And then I wrapped all the cross members here in black as well. Kind of sets the trailer off. Lets it, I don't know, makes it pop to me. Been cool if I'd have done it red to match my other truck, but then I already had all these rolls of this black, and I wanted to see how it worked. But you can get that in different colors. I don't know as though you could get it to match a truck color or anything, you know, if you had something specific. But yeah, worked pretty slick, I think. Just kind of bringing you along for the ride, guys. This is just kind of something cool, cool to me anyway. But yeah, it just kind of makes everything pop. Yeah, I could have masked this all off and painted it, took all these pieces off, but see, it covers all the screws. All the screw heads are kind of covered. If I ever had to take this apart, it might be a pain, but after you painted or black powder coated something, the screws are in there to stay too. So there's another way of looking at it. At least that decal can come back off if I have to. A little heat and they'll peel right off if I do have to. But anything that I'm going to have to tear apart, it's nothing to do with like suspension parts that you may have to repair and whatnot. But anyway, well, I'm not back in full RC mode or doing a bunch of conversions yet. I'm just working on some of the older stuff that I already have and doing some upgrades and whatnot. I don't know as though I'm going to do a whole lot more RC conversions or builds. I probably have a few more. I've got some dump trucks I want to do and different things, but that's down the road. I'm kind of taking it easy, stepping back, not doing as much as I once was, because you do have a tendency of getting burned out on a hobby if all you do is spend time on the hobby and nothing else. You know, it takes away time for your own personal time for doing other things, spending time with kids, grandkids, the wife, the dogs. You know, it does take a toll on you when you put way too much effort into it. So I'm trying not to let a hobby completely run my life. So, you know, got a completely, totally different life other than this. And I'm trying to do that as well. So anyway, thanks for watching. Those that are coming back to the channel, hey, thanks guys. Keep coming. I've got all kinds of videos. There's, oh gosh, what do I got? 400 videos of stuff. So there's not a lack of anything to go back and watch on some of my old stuff. So anyway, this is Dennis signing off. Catch you guys later.